It's showtime, baby. Let's go. Woo! What's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trennepohl. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of some of the best chicken wings around. It's Midwest best. Make sure you guys go check that out this weekend. Get you some Uno wings, get you some G-Funk, get you some ribs, get you some pulled pork sandwiches. They are delicious. What's up, everybody? I'm coming to you live from this glorious place down there. You know it as the Ice Cave. And the Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And you know what? We're talking Reds today. We got Buck Farmer on, but we always got to support the best quarterback, the greatest quarterback in the league. I don't care if Patrick Mahomes has won 3 Super Bowls. Jackpot Joey's the only one that can stop him. So, make sure you're geared up with the Jackpot Joey stuff. We got the hats, we got the hoodies, we got the flags. And remember, you're not only supporting Joe in your wear, the stuff you wear, you're also supporting his foundation because portions of the proceeds go to the Joe Burrow Foundation. What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. I am live streaming on ZTV, YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, Twitter. And also, if you're on the podcast, what's up? It's on BPod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcasts. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. What's going on to everybody in the chat? We got Stranger in there, Brad's in there, Crip's in there, and Crip and Brad are both in there twice. So they are very excited to get to Buck. Let's get to this. Let's get to, like I said, I called him this. Well, actually, I called him this yesterday. My bald-headed brother from another mother. Now he's not in the background. Oh, there he is. He's come on. Let's see here. See, this is internet. This is live internet show, and Joe has left again, and it's not connected. So you know what? Let's just get to Buck. Buck, what's up, man?
How are we doing?
Good, bro. Like I said, this is a live internet show, so Joe was talking to us before the show, and now his computer decided that it doesn't want to work. So, Joe, if you're watching, jump out and jump back on again and try to connect it. It's not working. Dude, it looks sunny and nice and warm there. I'm a little jealous of this since we're down here in Cincinnati and it's snowing.
Yeah, it's very warm here. It's nice. It's a little chilly in the mornings, but it's a cool or a brisk 73 degrees here right now, so it's real nice.
Oh, dude, I am so jealous. It's freaking snowing sideways here. Like literally, I'm looking out my window right now. It's snowing sideways.
I can't wait.
I bet you can't. I'm ready for baseball season, dude. I am really excited for the season this year. What you guys got going on? So how are things going the first week of spring training?
Going awesome. Pitchers and catchers right now are getting that feeling of kind of meshing together, getting to know one another, and then we're going to start sprinkling some position players in there, and it's been great getting to know some new dudes in the clubhouse, and then also getting to see some familiar faces, and yeah, man, I can't wait. I can't wait for the season and to get going.
Dude, it's like Graham Ashcraft was on my show last week. He said kind of said the same thing. I said it's kind of like a family reunion because you guys are around each other during the season more than you're around your family. So I mean, it is. It's like a family reunion, I think.
It is. My wife's shaking her head yes. Sorry, I'm in the car right now. So
no, you're good. You're good.
Me, but yeah, I mean it is a family reunion. Especially after last year, and then even some of the previous year. Man, the group we had last year and just the camaraderie and the environment that we created in the clubhouse was was actually probably the best, if not the funnest I've ever had the opportunity to be around in my my entire career.
Oh, Buck, that was one of the funnest years I had as a Reds fan, and I don't remember how long. I mean, it was just the pure joy of the young guys coming up and watching every single one of them hit and pitch, because Abbott was in there pitching his ass off. Oh, sorry, pitching his butt off. and well, the kids are in the car, so I'm trying to be good here. Pitch his butt off this season, but that was what was so exciting for me is the excitement that these guys brought. You know, I couldn't believe it.
Yes. I mean.
Uh-oh. Now you're muted. I don't know what happened. Buck, Buck, if you can hear me, you're muted. Nope. Buck, I can't hear you now. You're muted for some reason.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Buck,
Okay,
can
cool.
you hear us?
I'm back, by the way.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm groovy.
We can't hear you, Buck. I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, it went mute, so I can't hear you at all. So I don't know what happened. Can you hear us, Buck? Hello, Buck. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? I don't think
Taking that as a no.
No,
with
you can't
the
hear us, can you? Like I said, internet show, baby. All this stuff happens. Well, I don't know what. Yeah, we can't hear you.
See if you can jump out and jump back on.
Yeah. Try to.
That's what I had to do.
Yeah. It's snowing, so it's messing up our internet today, I guess. I don't know what's going on. I am not sure. Like, he's not muted. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Jeff can control the mute and unmute himself, so.
Yep. Nope. Still nothing.
Something's going on with StreamYard, because the issues I had yesterday and then back just now, so I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I don't either. So maybe, Buck, if you could hear me, if you could, and don't wreck while you're driving, if you could jump out and come back on, that would be great. I could try to DM him. Hang on a second.
So, hey, did I miss anything exciting in the
No,
2 minutes that I was getting back on?
It was getting to be a really good show, but, you know.
I've ruined everything by coming on?
Jump back on again, because we cannot hear you. See if he sees that.
Show him your phone.
There you go.
I was going to say, like.
There you go. Yeah. He saw it. I think it popped up on the screen. So.
Hey, Jeff, how's your Friday afternoon going?
Well, it's going great, man. I don't know what's going on, dude. This is crazy. I'm getting ready to introduce you onto the show. And all of a sudden, I look, I'm going, Joe's not there anymore. I'm like, where'd he go? So I'm like, all right, let's just get the Buck. So
as soon as you pulled us off and started the show, I had no audio and my screen was frozen on my side, so I jumped back, and like it wasn't showing the camera or anything. I'm like, well, what the hell? This is the same stuff I had yesterday. So I restarted.
All right. Can you hear us now? Yeah, there you go. There we go. I don't know, dude. I don't know what's going on, man. I appreciate it, though, because like we're having all kinds of internet issues here right now. So, Joe, you got anything for Buck?
Oh, good, yes.
You want to bring up?
Well, I don't know what you guys touched on in the intro, but you were drafted 3 different times, and it worked for you each time. Each time you got drafted, you moved up substantially in the draft. But what was that like? I mean, when you were drafted out of high school, was it pretty well known that your commitment to Georgia Tech was firm, and that's why you lasted that long? Or just, I mean, it was your hometown Braves that drafted you, but
I don't think so. When I got drafted in high school, I kind of made it pretty clear it would have to be, kind of a life-changing type moment, or not moment, but like monetary value, I guess, for me to turn down that type of education, and not only that, like that type of wisdom going to Georgia Tech. So
it's a pretty good school.
I'd say my loyalty towards Georgia Tech was probably higher up than me deciding to go play professional baseball at that point.
So I got a question. How did you get the this is a non-baseball question, but how did you get the nickname Buck? Because your real name is George. So how did you get the nickname Buck?
Yes. So my entire name, first, middle, even Buck, is all family derived.
Uh-huh.
And so my real name George was from my uncle, and then my great granddad, they called him Buck, so that's where I got that from.
That's cool. Well, it's very fitting because I love it when you come out of the bullpen. It's like, go get him, Buck. Let's go.
I appreciate that. Everybody tells me that Buck's a lot more fitting than George is.
Well, especially with the beard and everything you got rocking. Yeah, exactly. I definitely. Cause I was looking some stuff up on you, and I saw some pictures with you in Detroit, and you didn't have the beard. Then I'm like, dude, that's not Buck.
Those are the ones we got to send to the archives.
I like it. All right, so we were talking about before is, it's a family reunion, get back together, and the youth of this team. And that's what made last year so exciting for me. And that's what makes, I think, this year so exciting because, like I said, it's not only the positional players, it's also the starting pitching. And like last year, bullpen, you guys saved everybody's ass last year because our starting pitching, we had, 17 different guys start for the Reds last year. And you guys still came in and were consistent all year long. And David Bell, dude, I don't know how your arms didn't fall off last year, to be specific, because he used the hell out of you last year. Like, how do you recover from something like that?
I think that everybody I can, speaking for myself, and then I think for everybody that was down there that, for the most part, that were mainstays. I just think everybody down there just really enjoyed having their name called. And again, everybody just talks about how much our names were called and everything, but at the same time, everybody down there had a sense of pride of, wanting to take the ball every day. And then the recovery thing, I guess that's just going to happen. It's a lot slower now, being almost 33. And I'll say that the recovery's starting to tick down. But,
I feel you, brother. I feel you. I'm 48, so and I'm not professional of anything, and it hurts when I get up. So I feel you.
But yeah, I just think I think everybody goes about the recovery in a different manner. But it's I think up until now, I kind of found the way to, I guess, go about it. And the recovery's there, and just get ready to go at it again.
So the recovery, how you're recovering, has it changed from when you first started, like in college, to now? Because I heard a lot of people talking about, football players, and I think baseball players do this too, is the cold tub, and people are saying some people are saying you should do the cold tub before you exercise or something like that. Is there things changed from, like I said, from college to now to recover from your arm from outing to outing?
I think yes. Let me change that. I think the tools that we have now, I would say, granted, you still have your ones that have been around for how many ever years,
right?
But I think the tools, as well as the knowledge that is there now, is far exceeds what it used to be. So it's just wild, the amount of stuff that's at our disposal now. And I tell you what, ever since hitting 30, man, I gotta throw the gambit at my body and try to. I try to trick it every day and just think, keep it on its toes. So
mind over matter, baby. Mind over matter.
Right.
It don't hurt.
It'll never get into a pattern if it doesn't know what's coming.
Right.
So.
You're like Rocky Balboa. That don't hurt. That don't hurt. Yeah. That don't hurt. Let's go.
just wait till you hit 40, man.
Dude, I'm almost 50. What are you talking about?
It's an entirely different animal. Well, you can tell us about when you get your AARP card in a little bit here soon, too,
hey,
Jeff. So.
Oh, yeah. Wait, the kids can't see the screen. There, take that, Joe. All right, we got some questions here. Brad wants to know, Buck, did you prefer being a reliever or a starter? I'm sure you've gotten that question before.
Oh, I've gotten that question a lot. If I'm going to be honest, starting pays really well. Well.
That's a big difference there.
No, I actually like being a reliever, mainly based sheerly off the fact that, it's going to happen. It's part of the game. If I go out and have a bad night, I get the opportunity to come back to the yard the next day and get back after it. Being a starter, if you go out there and you have a 2 or 3 inning outing and just not have a great day, I mean, you got to kind of fester on that for 4 days before you get your next opportunity. So I think that's my thing is the mental part of being able to know that the next day I have the opportunity to come back out and just do what I need to do.
Yeah, you got to have a short-term memory, especially as a reliever. And for me, I think that would, like you said, that would help because, like, all right, I had a bad outing or whatever. You go back next day, all right, you don't have to think about it. You hurry up and put that behind you. The starter, like, you got to think about that until you're 5 days to your next start. So that would eat at me.
As a reliever, I can go have a beer, wash it off, and then as a starter, man, you got to go have 10 beers the next 4 nights and wash it off. But,
hey, Joe, I just think I heard Buck invite us to go have a beer with him. I think that's what you said.
But Jeff's treat, absolutely.
Hey, if I hang out with Buck Farmer, it'll be my treat. I'm good with it. I'll be down for that. So Buck, so I do things on here. I give everybody nicknames and stuff, and I call the Cardinals the Tweety Birds. I call the Cubs the Shrubs. I call the Milwaukee Brewers the Droolers, and the Pirates, they just suck. But for me, this is one thing that I kind of thought of last year with the bullpen, and it wasn't like in 1990, which you weren't even born then. I know you're born in 91. So in 1990, the last time the Reds won the World Series, they had the Nasty Boys. So I was kind of thinking about this last year because the whole bullpen was a group of guys. It wasn't one. Yeah, Diaz was the all-star, but I mean, there wasn't, oh my goodness, rely on this guy. It wasn't like 3 individual guys. It was everybody. So I want to hear what you think about this. This is the nickname I got for you guys. If you want to use it, you can. But I'm thinking the bullpen mob.
Oh, I'm in on that. We are a mob. That's always.
Yeah.
We're just crazy enough to just come out and start a fight with you, but tame enough to get our job done. So
exactly.
I'm good with the bullpen mob. Good bullpen mafia. Doesn't matter.
There you go. Yeah, bullpen mob, bullpen mafia. There you go.
So you brought up bullpen and fights. My favorite thing is anytime there's any kind of incident, whether it's like an actual knockdown, drag out brawl, or just everyone just coming off the bench, just kind of milling about, is when the bullpens. Like, and half the time, everything is kind of settled, and then you have everybody from both bullpens coming in, starting shit.
Dude, you guys got to be tired by the time you run in there. Like, I ain't swinging on nobody now.
350-foot jog. Like, what's in your mind? Like when you see people starting to come out of the dugout, is it like, crap, here it comes again? Or are you just chomping at the bit, like waiting at the gate? Like, come on, let me out.
No, I mean, we're ready to rock whenever stuff like that happens. But again, like you said, half the time by the time we make it there, I mean, everybody's already respectably gone back to their dugouts and everything's calmed down. I mean,
you can't make it a lost strip though. You got to do something to spark it back up.
Well, I mean, honestly, we'd be best fit if we just did our own thing out in center field with the other bullpen.
That would be awesome. Like a goalie fight in hockey.
Yes.
Anytime there's a fight in hockey, like the goalie score up. No one messes with the goalies.
Exactly.
The goalies score it with themselves. So you guys can. And there's some pretty big. You guys got some pretty big boys down there in the bullpen. So that would be. You guys could take on pretty much anybody.
All right,
for sure.
Next time there's a fight, Buck, you just lead the charge. You sprint right to the next bullpen and just start beating their ass. Don't even let them get out. Bam, bam. Yeah, that's right. I don't want to run that far.
I want to make the umpires come get us, not us.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see here. ZTV, Joey Carr, my boy, wants to ask you a question. What are you looking forward to most this season?
I think just on it, man. That's tough to pinpoint. I'm looking
winning the World Series.
Yeah, winning the World Series. I mean, that's on top of that. Just, I mean, watching everybody else that had such an impact last year, watching those guys grow and move forward. I think that's step number one. And then, I mean, yeah, like I said, letting those guys lead us to the World Series and just get to that postseason and get that feeling in Cincinnati.
Absolutely, dude. And this town will, as you saw last year, this town will go absolutely nuts when you guys get on this winning streak. And the thing is, are you guys doing, or do you think you have to do something different to make sure you get off to a good start? Because I think that's a key. Because I told Graham this. I said, game 1 and game 150 mean the exact same thing because you guys only missed the playoffs by 2 games last year. 2 games, which just kills me. And then the Diamondbacks are the ones that won to the World Series.
Yep.
So, is there something that you guys are mentally trying to do differently? Because last couple years we've gotten off to slow starts.
I don't think there's really anything that needs to be done differently. That's the one thing that I think we have to keep in mind is that, essentially, with the exception of a game here or there,
right?
Last year was, what was who we are as a team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Granted, there was probably a few games where small little things, if they go our way, we win those games and we're in the postseason. But again, it is staying true to who we are and just playing our game. And I don't think really anything needs to change. It's just maybe a little bit more attention to detail to get those one run games in our favor instead of the other team's favor.
All right, Joe, what do you got?
Can you take us back to June 12th, the Ricky Karcher game?
Oh man!
Wild thing, baby!
You got the win in that game. You pitched 1 2/3 innings. Like you did your job, but Ricky Karcher comes in. Were you in the were you in the clubhouse by that time, or did the?
Please tell me you're on the rail. What a special event that was. So I had and I don't know why this is, but ever since I became a reliever, I had the opportunity. When I was a reliever, I had the opportunity to be around a few guys that had been doing it for a little while, and they always told me like, "Hey, once you're done, you're done." And they told me to stay in the clubhouse. So ever since then, early on in my career, I've never gone back outside, except for maybe a handful of times in my career since I've become a reliever. So unfortunately, I was not out there for that spectacle, but boy, was it fun to watch on TV.
Dude, his pure look of just shock and blank. What the hell just happened? And dude, if it wasn't for not Maley, it was who was the catcher?
Steve-O?
No, it was the third
𝐁𝐔𝐂𝐊?
catcher. 𝐁𝐔𝐂𝐊, 𝐁𝐔𝐂𝐊.
Oh, Kurt.
Kurt
That's
𝐁𝐔𝐂𝐊.
right.
He caught him. If it wasn't for him, dude, he would have threw that ball to the backstop like 5 times. Kurt 𝐁𝐔𝐂𝐊 has got to get an award for that. He was catching balls up here, down here.
Oh, my goodness.
It was unbelievable, man.
I think
that was
Kurt
one.
actually told Ricky he had to go. I think Kurt told Ricky he had to buy him a Rolex.
Yeah.
After that game because of how much he had to do behind the plate.
He probably had to ice up every part of his body after that game. that was,
man,
and the best part, being a Bengals fan, he did it against the Kansas City Royals. So we can't stand the Chiefs, and therefore I don't like the Royals anymore either. So that was good. So speaking of football, you're a Georgia boy. So were you a Atlanta Falcons fan, or did you have a football team growing up?
Man, this is gonna taste like turpentine coming out. But I grew up a Bulldogs fan.
Yeah, really.
I went to we were kind of it was funny because me and my brother were Bulldogs fans, and my dad's always been a Georgia Tech fan. So it was kind of like it was just like a thing growing up, and then all of a sudden I went to Georgia Tech. But man, I've never really grown up a Falcons fan. I've loved just watching the NFL and the sport, but never had a never really had an NFL team, honestly.
Well, you should. I recommend you adopt the Bengals because you guys are going to win the World Series this year, and they're going to win the Super Bowl. It's going to be, the Championati is what we're going to be starting to call it. Instead of Cincinnati, we're going to be Championati because the champs are here, baby. The champs are here. All right, so we were discussing this. Yeah, exactly. So we were discussing on the show yesterday that it came out this week about the new uniforms and the way the logos and names look and the way the materials they're using different material. How do you guys feel about the new uniforms right now? You hate them? You like them?
I think unanimously our clubhouse is. I'm going to put it not a fan.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
They just they got the pants wrong. The jerseys are almost like they're like a basketball jersey material. They're not like yeah. I mean, the material has completely changed. I mean, it is legitimately like putting on a basketball jersey with sleeves, and I mean,
better put some tape on your nipples then.
They
might start hurting.
Yeah. Wear an undershirt for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I knew there was going to be some growing pains with this, just because. What was it? Who was it? I think it was Majestic, or was it Majestic before? Yeah.
Yeah.
They essentially had like tailored pants to the player. Like,
oh, nice.
I mean, they'd give you a pair of pants, and they'd really, they just kind of ask for your feedback in them, and then, that's how they develop everybody's pants.
Oh, nice.
Now Nike has kind of got it to a way where they're putting us in what they call buckets, meaning like they have a size from X to from A to B, and then from C to D, and there's just different, like, I don't know, buckets, and they're all kind of generic almost.
Oh, wow.
So the guys are getting pants that are
don't fit.
yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Like, guys, they're just some look like bell bottoms. Like, I'm not kidding, man. I'm not kidding. If you went with a non-tapered pant or whatever, man, they look exactly like 90s bell bottoms, man.
Oh,
like,
Hazel.
Yeah.
God, that sounds awful, dude. So are they trying to change this for you guys, or what's going on with this?
I'm not exactly sure how it's going to go moving forward, honestly. I'm sure at some point, if they get enough like drawback, or just like guys not being happy with them, like, I mean, they're going to have to do something in the end. I would think, but who am I?
I had heard that they'd already, I don't know if the Players Association had gotten involved outside of just, that they've had a lot of complaints, but just, I mean, the jerseys themselves, I was at Dick's Sporting Goods just a little bit earlier this afternoon getting baseball gear for my kid, and they look generic. The logos don't look right. The names, like the names are smaller and more arched. It just looks awful, and it's, why are you letting Nike dictate things that are, never mind aesthetics, but things that matters of comfort, like for your players. I mean, baseball is a big enough company that they should be able to give specifications, and it's just confusing. It's just irritating. We'll put it that way.
Exactly. I mean, the first thing I noticed when I walked into the clubhouse, honestly, was it's like we went from 18-point font last year to 8 font this year.
Right.
It's like they went from Times New Roman to something else. It's like, it was super weird.
Maybe they did that so Encarnacion Strand can get his entire name and the hyphen in, because it's smaller and more arts. He can get every single letter. So that's
his name's the only one that actually looks regular now.
I bet so. Paul Painter's got a suggestion here. He says, "Where's the uniforms from last year? Just start wearing those."
Oh boy, would that cause chaos.
Hey, you can always do. I'll give you some Reds history here. Like Ted Kozlowski, who was a Reds first baseman back in the 50s. He always said he had big arms before everybody started working out all the time. And his arm got caught up in the sleeves, so he just cut the sleeves off. So you guys can all just take the scissors and tailor them to yourself.
Well, who was it a few years ago that boycotted the uniforms? It was like somebody cut the uniforms up. It was in Chicago.
Yeah, well, he cut them up because he wanted to be traded. It was Sale.
Was it Sale?
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. He cut the White Sox uniform up because he wanted to be traded.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, I don't think it'll get to that point. I'm sure that'd be a hefty fine.
Yeah.
But I mean,
somebody's got to take a stand. Damn it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think in the end, I think something's going to happen. There's going to be some involvement somewhere.
Yeah, but Buck's wife's in the car. She's going, "No, don't do anything to get fined." No.
Yeah.
Whoever the player rep is, they're the one that gets to take the
take the heat on that one.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, you've been on for almost 30 minutes. You got time to hang out some more, or you got to get going?
Yeah. I got a few more minutes I can hang out. Yeah, we're just on the road. The kids are one's asleep and the other one's just hanging out. So
all right, now they're asleep. Now I can really start cussing. No, I'm just kidding.
blast the hard rock music and everything. No,
Yeah. No, actually, speaking of that, somebody did ask a question here. What? Yeah, here it is. Josie want to know, what is your favorite tunes to jam to? Like, you got a game day or a bullpen song you like listening to or something to get you hyped?
I mean, I don't have one particular song. I got a genre. I'm a big classic rock guy.
Oh, yeah. All right. Who's your band? Who's your band?
Yeah, dude, I'm all with AC/DC. I'm in that era, like Aerosmith.
You like Led Zeppelin?
Love Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
You got and then Motley Crue.
What about grunge? You like Pearl Jam and stuff like that?
Oh yeah.
Because that's
man.
my era, dude. I was in high school.
I'm all in on that era of music.
Yeah, I was in high school when the quote unquote grunge came out. But yeah, Pearl Jam, STP, Stone Temple Pilots. I already said them. What was the other one? Nirvana,
Alice in Chains,
Yeah.
Soundgarden,
Soundgarden. That's what I was trying to think of.
Smashing
Yeah.
Pumpkins.
Yeah. I love
I'm
Alice in
hoping.
Chains.
Yeah.
Growing up, that's all I listened to. Because when I was in the truck with my dad, when I always, when I was little, I would always do go cut grass with him, like do landscaping and stuff.
Right.
And man, he had the cassette tapes that we'd just throw in, and it was just always that genre of music. So I grew up just listening to that, so kind of gravitate there.
Your dad's a good man. I'll tell him that
Yes,
right now.
yes. You grew up right. We'll tell you that.
So are you going to come back out to Fleetwood Mac again? I know you had the chain, which.
Yeah, so that's Fleetwood Mac. I'm trying to figure out what my song's gonna be. I think I'm leaning more towards CCR, so
there you go.
Creedence Clearwater Revival.
I love that band. Yes.
I'm leaning one of their songs, and then there's another one that's kind of in play right now. So we'll see. It's gonna be in that area. It's gonna be in that genre though.
I guess it kind of depends on like what kind of a vibe are you looking for? Like something like the Diaz brothers, where they're getting this music that just gets everybody just hyped. I mean, obviously Edwin's music is a little bit better than Alexis's, but not much. But
Yeah.
or some guys just want some
you
kind of
just got a
chill
good,
song.
You just gotta have a good, strong like guitar intro. I think.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what makes it. I think it kind of gets the fans and everybody rolling in and everybody into it.
Joey Carr here says we got to get you into Post Malone.
All these people, traffic.
I don't know if you're into Post Malone or not, but that's one of the suggestions. So I got a question for you. So once you pick your song, do you usually keep the same song all year long, or do you change it up sometimes?
Oh,
We lost him.
We lost him.
Apparently Brandon Williamson used used Post Malone song. I've got
Really?
I've got their walk up music, so
Ah.
I wouldn't know a Post Malone song if someone shouted it in my face. What would your walk up song be?
Ooh. What would my walk-up song be? I don't know. Let's see if we can connect again.
Come back.
Come on back, Buck. Well, actually, mine would probably be Hell's Bells or Inner Sandman. That would probably be my walk-up song.
Can't use Enter Sandman. That's already in the Hall of Fame.
I know, but you just asked what mine would be. So that's what mine would be. What's up, Buck? Welcome back.
we back. Oh,
We back.
I'm back.
I'm back. Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Went through a tough area out here in Arizona.
You're all good, brother. You're all good.
Kind of crushed me a little bit.
Yeah. So my question was, do you for your music, do you usually keep the same song throughout the whole year, or sometimes you change it up?
Yeah. Generally, I keep the same song. I feel like if I try to hit the media group with a new song, I kind of put a little extra work on them maybe, and then also too, it just kind of throws everything into a whirlwind at that point. So
do you ever have to you have a discussion with the other relief pitchers, like, okay, I'm picking this song, you can't have it? Do you guys have dibs? Like, you ever have to fight over the song?
I think it's very rare if we all come up with, or if one of us come up with the same song. I've seen it happen, and generally it goes to the I would say generally it goes to the veteran or the I guess the higher authority, you could say, on who gets it. But guys normally have probably 2 or 3 songs in mind, and then they just kind of choose from one of those.
Right. That's cool.
I just really appreciate that you don't have country music, because I'm not a country music fan, and if you like it, that's cool. But so many ball players have country music songs coming up, and I'm like, Jason LaRue, and I can't remember the song. It was.
I'm a country boy.
Is that what? Okay, is that what?
Okay. Country boy by Hank Williams Jr.
Country, yeah, okay. Hank Williams, and every time
I like country, so I know these things.
Can we just skip? Can we just skip the music? Just make the. Oh, sorry, the play button didn't work. Sorry, LaRue.
So Buck, with spring training starting, how monotonous? Like, what's the most monotonous part of spring training? Is it the end? I know it's not the beginning. Is it the end of it where you're like chomping at the bit to get there, or is it more of the middle of it? And how do you get through that?
I think it's more towards like the middle of it when we start, we kind of get into games, and it's like we're 2 weeks into games, and if you're not pitching in a game, you're doing PFPs and just kind of staying back. I think it gets to a point where guys have thrown and been in game action enough, or even on the position player side of that, where it's just kind of like uncle, man, and let's just get going. I'd say
right.
I'd say probably midway through, after starting games, is when guys start getting a little antsy and start wanting to just get the regular season going.
Right. So what do you do? Like, you have any other hobbies for your off days? Do you golf? Do you go out fishing? You just go out and get a bar fight? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, bar fights up there on my list. No, I generally just if I can golf, I golf, but normally I just hang out with my family. We were lucky enough this year that we found a house that has a pool and everything, so I just head back home. And
are you staying here in Cincinnati?
Just sit there and swim. Yeah. So we stay in up by the soccer stadium area.
Oh, the west end. Okay.
OTR. Sorry.
OTR.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you're on the best side, which is the west side is the best side of Cincinnati. So just got to point that out to you.
East side.
I think we might be losing him again. You still there, bud? Can you hear me?
We hear the road.
I hear the road. You still there?
There we go.
Hey, you back? He's going under an overpass.
Oh, there we go.
There we
Yep.
go. All right, so I was just saying, just to let you know, you know what side of town is the best, right? It's the west side is the best side. Just to point that out for you.
Okay. Hey, well, I guess we're on the best side, I think.
Just Joey lived on the east side for whatever that's worth. So,
God.
Okay. Rest in peace, Joey Joseph Daniel Votto. But yes, he lived on the east side. I know where his house is. So.
The kid. Oh, wait, you stalk him?
No, I was actually in a former life. I was a chauffeur and I drove him a couple times. So I'm not telling anyone where he lives, but I know where he lives or lived. At least we'll put it that way.
Exactly. Speaking of Joseph Daniel Votto, the Canadian Cowboy, what was it like playing with a future Hall of Famer? I know it's two different positions, but I mean, what advice and stuff did he give you? What was it like playing with him?
It was incredible. I mean, Joey's a different cat, but he's a great dude, man. And I can't say that I've been around a guy that not only cares about the game as much as he does, but also about the other people in the clubhouse and how they perform as just players and just as people. Joey cared a lot about not only like I said, not only how he did, but more so about the people in the clubhouse and that he was around. So man, it was awesome to play with Joey and talk with him whenever I could, and words can't describe it. And then just some of the knowledge he gave me is just invaluable, coming from him, and being able to sit there and just talk to him about whether it be pitching or just baseball life in general was awesome.
Yeah, I think it's funny because I remember last year when you guys are on the I think you're on the winning streak of like 15 games or 13 games, however many it was, and I think that's when Joey came back. I was right around that time, and people were worried. Well, is Joey gonna be able to get back into the clubhouse and not mess this up? Now everybody's like, what are we gonna do without Joey Votto?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny. I mean, I would love to get him back. He's been, and it's gonna kill me to see him in another uniform. But by the way, have you seen the pictures of him lately? I think he's trying to catch up to you with the beard.
Beard. I keep up with him on social media and everything. So he's got a solid beard going. I'll say that. I mean, I don't know why he didn't keep it during the season at all. But I guess that might be just who he is.
Yeah, imitation is the most sincerest form of flattery, Buck. He's
trying to be you, buddy. He's like, I want to be like Buck,
I wish I could have a career 300 average.
Yeah, don't we all? That'd be nice. All right, so what's it like playing for David Bell? I know David Bell, some of the moves he does irritates us Reds fans, me included. But I do think he's a good manager, and I think he's created a culture there. And most of the guys love him there. But what's your thoughts on playing with DB or playing for DB?
I love DB. He's an incredible baseball mind. I'll say that. I mean, as a human being, just away from the field, I've never been with a manager that cares as much as DB does about his players and just how they are as people. I think he cares more about us as people away from the field than he does who we are at the field, honestly, and how our lives are going beyond just baseball, which is incredible, honestly.
Yeah.
But as a manager too, he's awesome. The amount of and he doesn't do it very often. I mean, he did it pretty often last year, it seemed like. But I mean, just when he gets fired up and protects us as players, it speaks volume that he's willing to go out and protect us as players for what we believe in, what he believes in, even if we're right or wrong. The fact that he protects us is says a lot about who he is as a manager and a person. So I love DB, and I can't say enough about him and what he's done for my career at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, you can tell he's someone that absolutely has his players back, right, wrong, indifferent, all 26 of you guys, and he's never going to be someone who's going to throw you guys under the bus. And I mean, I think a lot of that is because, I mean, he's Cincinnati baseball royalty. I mean, for crying out loud, his grandpa played here, his dad, went to high school and played here. He went to high school here, so you can tell that he's something he loves the game, but he understands what it's like to be a player, and he's not going to hang someone out to dry. Even if someone made a mistake, someone hung a slider that got obliterated, he's going to take the blame on that one. So it seems like an incredible dude.
Yeah. So like you said, good, bad, or indifferent. He's always there to protect us as players, and just stand up for us. And there's a lot that goes into that. Just for my standpoint, and guys to see that as him protecting us, it goes a long ways.
Yeah, it's because I always find it interesting when he does interviews and stuff. He's always very calm and very monotone and talks like that. But then, dude, when he gets fired up, he is out there. MF, he's just fired up, and it goes like that. And it's so my question is he like that all the time? Not the upset, but the monotone, the persona he puts out when he does interviews. Is he more like that, or is he more of a fun-loving guy than he lets us see?
I mean, to be honest with you, he's the calmest person I've also ever been around, which is, my first year getting to know him and him being so calm, and then seeing him get ejected, I was just like, that's two different people.
Yeah.
So, it's actually kind of insane how calm and cool and collected he is off the field, and then when it's time to battle, he puts on he's a different person and puts on his game face, and he's ready to go to battle with anybody, and that's also something incredible.
Yeah. That's one thing I do like about him, and that's one thing I think we take pride in here as Cincinnati. Cincinnati, growing up in Cincinnati, we're grinders, we're hustlers. Nobody believes in us, all that stuff. I think David Bell has that in the way he manages, the way he stands up for you guys, and that's the one thing that we've known or we love in this town is grinders like Pete Rose, Chris Sabo, Barry Larkin, these guys that just grind it out every single day. Like that's why you're one of my favorite pitchers we got right now, because that's the way I see you. You just go out there, and you and Graham, both of you, go out there and grind it out every single day. Even if you don't have your best stuff, you go out there and give it everything you got.
That's it. That's all you can do, right? Even if you feel 70%, like you got to give 100%, right?
Right.
It's not going to get any easier. And sometimes some of those days where you don't feel as good are some of the best days you pitch.
Yeah.
So
it's weird that way.
Yeah. So it's just and this stuff this career doesn't last long, and you're not going to be, nobody's going to be around for forever. So it's one of those things that you got to make the most of every time you have the opportunity to. So.
Exactly. So, is there any new pitches or anything you're working on this year? Or you sticking with the same ones?
Yeah, I'm gonna start throwing a sinker this year.
There you go.
So
keep the ball on the ground at GABP. That's I think a good idea.
That's the name of the game there. So I'd played around with it in the bullpen for a few years and just never kind of thrown it in the game. So I think this off season, I talked to DJ and our Alone and our bullpen coach, Matt Tracy, about throwing it this off season and getting familiar with it. So that'll be something I'll use this year a good bit as well.
So you're pretty comfortable with it to throw it in a game?
Yeah, I threw my first live with it. Today was a big just kind of step forward. Was I faced hitters with it. And got some good reaction, good responses to it. So I think it'll be a pitch that I'll be able to use in game for sure.
That's good.
So
that's good.
Are you going to throw that to replace? Is it just the regular four seamer that you usually throw, or was it any kind of cut or anything, or
what's that? Wait,
the fastball that you usually throw or that you have thrown, is that just a regular four seamer, or is it cut at all, or?
Yeah, okay. It was just a regular four seam that DJ calls it a dirty four seam in the respect that the metrics on it aren't exactly like perfect, I guess you could say. It's not good nor bad. It doesn't have a lot of ride to it or vert to it. It's just so it was just a regular four seam. But yeah, this year kind of adding that sinker, I'm thinking is going to be an equalizer for me to get a fastball down in the zone, and then also have one that I can throw in the top of the zone.
Well, that's the name of the game. You got to change pitches, change location, especially at GABP. Now, does that coming here from Detroit? Did the ballpark scare you at all? Because it's been known as one of the hitter friendliest parks in MLB.
Oh yeah, two totally different parks. But literally could not be on farther ends of the spectrum when it comes to ballpark size. So yeah, it was just one of those things that kind of in the back of my mind, kind of not. And like you said, the name of the game is always just a pitch. And you know what? Yeah, the ballpark's going to come into play at some point. But if in the end you're executing your pitches to the degree that you think you should, then you know what? At the end of the day, you can't control what happens after that.
Now, when you give up, which hopefully you don't give up too many of these, but you give up that home run pitch, are you a guy who'd rather it just get blasted out, or he barely got you?
I'd rather him get his money's worth, because at that point I know I made a crappy pitch. At that point I know it's on me. Whereas if I give up a home run that's just 80 miles an hour off the bat, I beat that guy and somehow or another the ball leaves the yard. It's like, those are the ones you take home with you.
Right.
That keep you up at night. So.
Yeah, last week talking to Graham, he said he gave up one. It was 87 miles an hour off the bat. That just has to be frustrating. I mean, that's soft contact. That's not even a solidly struck ball. That's just
that's a fly ball. That should have been an out.
Those are the ones that piss you off. Just because, like I said, at that point, you made your pitch. You beat that guy. You got weak contact, and like I said, at that point, it's out of your hands if that ball leaves the yard because there's 15-mile-an-hour winds heading out. And it's like, all right, well, you can't do nothing about that.
Right. No.
I do want to point out, you own Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, you do. Let's go.
He is hitless against you and struck out in every at bat.
Woo!
All one of them. So what's...
That's called owning them. That's owning them. I don't care how many bats it is.
I mean, let's keep it. Let's keep it that way.
Exactly.
I mean, you're still not going to see him too much. I mean, he's still out in the West Coast, so he's not in division, thank God. But how do you go about someone like that who can hit? He's able to hit any pitch in any zone. Do you just rely on the scouting report on someone like that, or do you want to lean heavily into what your strengths are? And if he hits your strength, he hits your strength, but you're not going to be beat on your third best pitch because that's what the scouting report says.
That's a two-way street or a double-edged sword at that point. I mean, if it comes down to kind of nut cutting time where you have to make a pitch, yes, you're going to go with your strength, 10 times out of 10. But in the grand scheme of things, following the scouting report has its own strengths as well. Obviously, it's telling you what that guy is bad at hitting.
Yeah.
But like you said, if it's your fourth best pitch, you're much again. That's another one that's gonna keep you up at night is if you get beat with your fourth best pitch, and end up giving up a home run or the game-winning hit or whatever it may be. That keeps you up at night too. Just because at some point you have to go to your strength, and that's all. And that's one thing that DJ or Derek Johnson, our pitching coach, said. Be great at what you're good at. So if your elite pitch is a changeup, but Shohei Ohtani hits changeups well, it's one of those things like, all right, well, who cares at that point? At that point in every at bat, it's me versus you, or me versus.
If he hits changeups good, are you still throwing your changeup?
Yeah, I mean, I think when it comes down to it, if he hits changeups, it's like, all right, well, now you start, and we can go down a rabbit hole here, in which, we're about to pull up to our destination. But, if he hits changeups, say he hits changeups good, well, it's like, all right, now we can dive down the rabbit hole of where the changeups that he's hit,
right?
Where have those been at?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's seen 5 changeups. He's hit 4 out and a double on the other one. Well, all 4 of them were middle to middle end. Okay, so you just threw him a cookie,
right?
So, and the one that he missed that he maybe grounded out on, was down and away off the plate. So you executed that pitch. So it's like you can't read too much into scouting reports, and who hits what well unless you really dive into it and just see where those pitches were actually at.
Awesome. Buck, I see you made it to your spot. One last question real quick here. What is Reds opening day like for you, for your experience at last year? Uh-oh. Never mind. I guess he's done.
You go.
You go. Hey, wife said he's gone. They're at the spot. They're gone. Anyway, thanks to Buck. That was awesome. He joined the show. But that's interesting how he said that about the change-ups. I was, because me not being a pitcher, I'm like, well, shoot, I might not throw that. But like you said, it's location. We always talk about this, location. So it depends on where he hit it, when he hit it, and all that stuff.
Well, and that's why baseball is my favorite sport, because of the chess match. Yeah, it's a team sport, but it's really just a series of 1v1 matchups. It's the pitcher and the batter, or the pitcher and the base runner. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like you said, you can go down the rabbit hole and look at location or look at sequencing. Yeah, okay, he's sitting he's got 4 home runs off changeups, but 3 of those are on first pitches because he's sitting on a changeup. So right. If you're down, if you got him down 0-2, what does he do on changeups low and away, or off the plate, or elevated, or whatever? And that's what's just that matchup and beyond chess match that's just so cool, and I absolutely love it. And I tell my kids this when I coach. Baseball is the best. Takes the best parts of all these individuals, or of all these other sports.
It's the biggest one they have to concentrate on, I think, the most. For me. It's the biggest mental game.
I mean, you talk about basketball, and what's great about basketball, you've got, coming down the stretch, and you're down, down a point, and you've got Steph Curry, Giannis, who, pick whatever. Yeah. He's going to get the ball, and it's that one-on-one matchup, one-on-one matchup to see, who's going to win. Well, that's every single at-bat in baseball.
Yep.
And it's just, absolutely just, I mean, it makes me all romantic and gooey, it's just the coolest thing in sport. That's all I can say.
I'm back.
He's back. You didn't.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. My phone died the minute you asked me that question.
I was just gonna end it, dude. I appreciate you coming on, but I was gonna ask you, Reds opening day. This is always this holiday here in Cincinnati. I think last year's the first year experiencing it. What was it like? And he left again.
He does not want to answer that question.
I does not want to answer that question. I'm not going to get that question out.
that kind of has to be hard, because as a reliever, Graham was saying, he can take it in because he's not starting that day, so he can kind of take in more of the festivities. Right. As a reliever, he probably has to stay, he probably has his routine he's got to stay. All right. Okay.
Ask it.
All right, Reds opening day. What's it like for you? Is it because Graham loves it, but he's a starting pitcher. You're a relief pitcher. Have you gotten to enjoy Reds opening day?
A little bit. I think we do the whole Reds walk thing, and I mean, that's absolutely electric. I love every minute of it. It is so fun and awesome sitting here and being able to see just everybody that comes out, man. I live for that day, actually. I live for opening day.
We love it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Buck, you've been on for almost 57 minutes. I appreciate you didn't have to jump back on all these times that we lost it. I appreciate it, dude. Hey, keep an eye out for my boys, Joey Carr and Evan from Reds Daily. They're going to be out there sometime here at training camp. Maybe we can do some stuff with you out there. Okay. That would be cool. So
sounds good.
Hey, man, keep in touch, and I'd love to do this again sometime.
Thank y'all for having me.
Thanks, Buck.
Absolutely. Take it easy. All right. That was cool.
Awesome dude. Fantastic dude.
I can't believe he kept jumping back on. I'm like, I would have just said, forget it.
Right.
We're done.
Sorry I'm having technical difficulties. Yep.
Exactly.
That doesn't know you anything, but that's stand-up dude. Awesome guy.
Exactly. He is a good dude, Paul. You're right. He's a real good dude. I like it because he was actually driving his kids. They were going to
a souped up. It was like a cross between
a putt-putt on steroids. Sound like I want to do it.
It's like putt-putt and Topgolf.
Yeah, it was Tiger Woods kind of what it seemed like.
Yeah. I gotta check that out. I guarantee there's none here because we're not. Cincinnati is exactly known as a golf mecca, but
when he said that, I think they got something like that down in Tampa, because I know my brother-in-law last year was talking about going to something Tiger Woods golf thing, and for his birthday. We never did. I'm like, dude, I'm down for it. Sounds like fun. Because what Buck was saying, it's got like sand traps and all kinds of stuff. I'm like, dude, that sounds like a lot of fun. So I might have to try that out.
See, anyway, dude, Tiger Woods, Scottsdale. Now I'm looking it up.
There you go. Hey, this has been a fun week. We did not get Greg Vaughn on Thursday, but next Thursday, Greg Vaughn might be on again. So maybe we'll interview another Red, former Red, for one glorious season. The '99 Red season was awesome, and I hate Al Leiter. I wish we would have beat his ass. Anyway, Joe,
but Reds had Steve Paris. I mean, it didn't
Dude,
matter.
Okay,
It
all
was
right,
Steve Paris.
real quick. Just shout out to Don Gullett who passed away, and that '99 team was because of Don Gullett.
Duct
He
tape
was one
and
of the best pitching coaches.
chicken
ever.
wire.
Yeah,
That starting staff was duct tape and
yes, and the Reds.
chicken wire.
The Reds ownership took advantage of him because they never gave him. What could he have done if he actually got a frontline star? I mean, we had John Smiley.
Pete Sherrick was good for a minute.
Well, he made Pete Sherrick good. Pete Sherrick was on the scrap heap from the Mets.
Yeah.
He made it. I'm talking about somebody who they got who was good. He had Browning at Rio in the mid '90s.
I can't remember when. I don't remember when Gullett took over as pitching coach. But I mean, the Reds couldn't develop pitching. The Reds between Tom Browning.
I would say he was there when Perez was the manager. I think, and then they got David
93?
Johnson. I think, okay. I think that year '93 because he was there for a long time. Anyway, go ahead.
From Tom Browning until Johnny Cueto, the only Reds pitcher that they developed was Brett Tomko. I guess before Cueto technically was Bailey. Bailey had a couple really good years that people conveniently forget about.
Yeah,
like he was.
He had 2 no-hitters.
Bailey was legit. He was legit. He
was.
deserved that contract he was given, and I will defend him to the death. The day of my mom's funeral, he threw his first no-hitter.
Oh, nice.
He didn't care what he does for the rest of his life. He could go out and get absolutely just destroyed every other, and any other start. And when he was struggling, I would defend that guy to my death. He made a shitty day, a little bit better. So that was,
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing that sports does. And that's why I don't ever talk politics or any of that stuff on here. This is sports, man. This is. I always say this all the time. This is supposed to be fun. These shows are supposed to be fun. This
is an escape from the real world.
Yeah, it's two friends on here shooting the shit.
Am I your friend?
Fun. Sort of. Maybe.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeff.
But that's what it is. But I mean, hell, that's what we just did with Buck Farmer for a whole hour. We just shot shit with him for an hour. So I mean, it was, and I did hear him say he wanted to go have a beer with us. So I did hear that.
I'm down.
Me too. All right, brother. You have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you next week. I'm sure. Well, Thursday. I'm sure you'll be on with me if I get Greg Vaughn.
I'll be here. As far as I know, I'm not doing anything. So.
I'll be there.
Okay, time to go. See you later, guys.
I'll be there.
I'm taking myself off.
What the hell? Jeez, you don't like my singing. I don't get that at all. Oh, God. Anyway, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Shout out to my sponsors, as always. Midwest Best Barbecue. Go out there and get you some delicious barbecue this weekend. Midwest Best, baby. They got Uno wings. They got G-Funk. They got CTB wings. They got delicious chili. Dude, it is awesome. Go check out Midwest Best. Go check them out. Also, shout out to T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Jackpot Joey. All my sponsors, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you for watching. Please do me a favor. Share the show out. Hit the thumbs up. You guys have been absolutely awesome. I appreciate, like I said, I say this every show. If it wasn't for you guys watching, I wouldn't be able to do this. And like I said, this is fun. And I hope you guys have as much fun as I do watching this show. But thanks for watching. I'm live streaming on ZTV Online, YouTube, Facebook, X, Rumble, and then if you're listening to the podcast, what's up? It'll be on BeanPod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. You can follow me on all those, plus Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. I'm working on trying to figure out how to live stream to Instagram and TikTok as well. I'll figure that out someday. I'm 48 years old. Technology is not the easiest thing for me. But you guys have a great weekend. Bearcats, hopefully, will win on Saturday. That would be nice. This season has been rough. It's been fun, but it's been rough. It's been a rough season. Just to watch them get so close so many times. But they're playing, I think, Saturday. We got the NBA All-Star Game, dunk contest. And for my hockey fans out there, if you've never watched hockey, there's 2 outdoor games this weekend. If you're going to watch one of them, watch the one on Saturday night. It is so cool. And, we're going to get an NHL team here. The NHL commissioner wouldn't have said it if it's not a possibility. I was talking to my brother over the weekend for Super Bowl, and he's like, I don't really think that's going to happen. I'm like, then why would he say it? And then there are stuff in the works to try to build a new arena. So there is actual substance to this. Will it happen? I don't know. But I'm here for it. So start getting into hockey, people, because we're going to get a team. All right? You guys have a great weekend. Other than that, throw it up. That's your sports, baby. See ya!